Hi, my name's Catherine Birch. I'm a senior economist with ANZ Research. We recently released our major projects report, which looks at the investment pipeline for projects $100 million or above across key infrastructure and non-residential building sectors. For commercial property, we look at the offices, retail and hotels projects. It looks like overall for non-residential building that we're going to see a deeper, wider gap in the investment pipeline than we would have seen otherwise, with the cyclical and the structural effects triggered by the pandemic having both near-term and longer-term effects on these investment decisions in the pipeline. For offices, the big question is to what extent the shift towards remote working will stick, and that is creating a lot of uncertainty in this space for the moment, particularly in places like Melbourne, where we had a second extended lockdown, and so we have seen in Melbourne actually a number of deferrals of major office developments. But there have also been a number of large approvals during the pandemic as well, across Australia, particularly in the capitals. But the question of how many of these projects approved and how quickly they might move into the construction stage is still unclear. For retail, the big question is going to be to what extent the shift towards online spending actually sticks. And we do think that some of the shift we've seen during the pandemic will be structural, so will stay in place. So this is going to have effects for particularly some of the key shopping centres in particular. And retail is also being affected by lack of tourism, particularly on the international side, with some of the airport retail stores, luxury retail stores as well being most impacted. For hotels, it is going to be those border closures, both international and the intermittent closures of state borders, that's going to weigh on the pipeline. So some of the projects that were borderline perhaps before the pandemic are unlikely to go ahead in the forecast horizon now. But there may be a bit of a silver lining if we see a bit of a shift towards hotels in regional areas rather than those in capital cities, which tend to be more frequented by international tourists and by business travellers, which is pretty minimal at the moment. Thank you.